pregnant. 3 little words that forever changed my life. I was 15 years old and thought I knew so much about life, and boy was I wrong. I had actually planned the event, got pregnant on purpose, as a way to escape the torment of teen life, a way to get away from my parents, get out of school, live in this fairy tale world in my own apartment, making my own rules, married to a jarhead. And he planned the event with me because he wanted to escape living in a barracks and get an additional $150 a month because we were married. We would have been perfect candidates for shows like Teen Mom, 16 and Pregnant, but 1985, shows like that didn't exist. Reality TV didn't exist. Teen pregnancy was still taboo, still something that brought shame on your family. Today, it seems the entire idea of teen pregnancy has been glorified and turned rebellious teens into somebody who gets 15 minutes of fame. Case in point, the 2 magazine covers I hold here, both of them being teen moms on the cover of a magazine. I look back 26 years later and I see how clueless I actually was and how much I've grown, how much I've accomplished, and I look at this little girl who's now a grown woman and see how her as a mom and how much she has changed my life. See, as a teen, you're given 2 paths. There's one to a party life and the other towards being a success. You're pressured to join cliques, join groups, be somebody that you're really not somebody that you're actually comfortable with, but you've got to fit into one of these groups. So, for me, I was easily on the path to the party life before I had my daughter. Having her and her being in my life is what made me choose responsibility. That event happened April 14th, 1986. And I officially entered the realm of motherhood. I simply held this little girl and I couldn't bring myself to put her down. She became my responsibility and she was what gave me purpose. She gave me my clique, the clique of motherhood. From that moment forward, I looked at myself and life in general totally different, in a totally different light. I wasn't able to just hang with my friends, nor did I want to, and soon after she was born, they all seemed to disappear because back in the 1980s, it wasn't cool to have a friend who had a baby like they show on TV today. But teen pregnancy is not a reality show. It's this little person in your life with you unknowing, being a smartass, trying to take care of it or her or him, and it's tough. You find yourself loving this little person, but as a child yourself, you're still learning, you're still growing. You have a lot to offer this person, but they have a lot to offer you too. So, that being said, we grew up together. When I learned to cook, she was learning to crawl. When I learned to get stains out of clothes, she learned to walk. When I got organized, she got potty trained. I focused on teaching her how to swim and how to ride a bike. You know, the fun stuff. By the time I started getting it, she was starting preschool and I was starting my first job and completing my GED. We celebrated every milestone together because we grew up together. I got lucky because she was in my life and because I changed in a positive aspect because she was in my life. Being a teen mom gave me that purpose, put me on the path to success. Because I was determined I was not going to be a statistic. I didn't want to go down that road. I didn't want to look into my child's eyes and think for 1 second that she held me back or I missed out on something in life because I was the one that had a baby at a young age. It wasn't her fault. So each day I got up, I went to work, I thought of her. Each day I turned down invitations to go to bars, to hang out with people, and I thought of her because the truth is I actually would rather spend a lot more time at home, at the beach, going to the mall, going to the movies, playing video games with my kids than with any adults screaming at a bar over each other. And I think I chose right. Through this little girl's eyes, I found the strength to stand up to an abusive husband and to get out of that relationship. She gave me that strength. She gave me that courage. She made me believe in myself. I learned to speak my mind and to be honest with myself and to be honest with others because I wanted her to do the same thing. That's what was important. And over time, I became not just a mom of 1, but I became a 4-year-old mom of 4. And here's my little group right here. See, I look back right now and I really have no idea who that other person was because that rebellious teen is completely long gone. She's been replaced with a woman who's strong, who has courage, who is passionate about things, who works hard, sets goals, loves her family, does anything for her family and the people that she loves and cares for, and is proud to hold the title of mom. I get it. I have my experience to thank for that, and I wouldn't change one thing about my teenage motherhood for a second.